Welcome to Battle Streams in Middle-earth. This is Chapter 2 of the Fantasy Fellowship of the Ring, and this is Shortcuts Make Long Delays.
One ring to rule them all, one ring to frighten them, one ring to break them all, and let the darkness bind them.
The year is 2979 of the Third Age. It has been nearly 40 years since Bilbo returned to the Shire with the ring, and whilst he may have thought that his adventuring days were done, a new shadow has risen in the east, and the fate of the world is once more in the hands of the unlikeliest creature imaginable. Having been visited by a mysterious rider in black, Farmer Maggot has agreed to help Bilbo, Hamfast and Balin reach the Buckleberry Ferry on their way to Bree, where they hope to rendezvous with an old friend of Gandalf. As night begins to fall, the companions begin to feel fear once more seeping in. They cannot shake the feeling of dread that the mysterious rider in black is not far away and constantly a threat to them. In truth, the riders in black are more numerous and far closer than Bilbo and his companions realize, constantly stalking the paths of the forest in their search for the one who carries the ring. Should the Nazgul's search prove fruitful, and they find the baggins that carries their master's prize, they will not hesitate to kill him and take the ring for Sauron.
Nice mushrooms, Maggot. No wonder they're talk of the Shire.
Aye, the trick is making sure you correctly germinate the spores. A lot of people don't realise that. If you don't germinate...
This is it.
What?
If I take one more step, I'll be the farthest away from home I've ever been.
I think we should get off the road.
Hamfast, we're still in the Shire. What could possibly happen?
Get off the road! Quick!
So yes, indeed, welcome to Battle Streams in Middle-earth and the second episode of our Fantasy Fellowship campaign, tracking our own original Fellowship of the Ring in their journey from the Shire, hopefully, to Mount Doom. As ever, I'm your channel host, Damian.
And I'm Tom.
And we will be taking you through the second scenario in our campaign, which is Shortcuts Make Long Delays. So, if you're new here, A, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below so you get notified about the latest content. And B, make sure you check out the previous episodes in this campaign because they will set up what's coming here. But to give you some context, what's happened is Bilbo, Balin and Gaffer were caught scrumping by Farmer Maggot, but he obviously, when he found out what was happening, he invited them into his house, as he does in the book, and they had a chat about what was going on. And after giving them dinner, Farmer Maggot kindly agreed to help them reach Buckleberry Ferry, and he knows the best ways through his lands. So the three hobbits, three dogs, and Balin will be trying to escape to reach the Buckleberry Ferry in the next scenario. But oh no.
The ring wraiths are after them, sniffing out the ring.
Yeah, for the first time we get some real evil opposition here. So this is the start of our campaign proper,
yes,
where there will be ramifications to the use of might, will and fate and so on, and potentially ramifications to the fact of Bilbo dying.
Yeah.
But there we go. You can see the board before us. We've set it up as kind of described in the scenario. Covered it in trees. So there's lots of line of sight blockers. Put a little bit of a stream in the corner to bring some life to the board, and we have the crucial hedge which runs across the whole board and kind of it will be another line of sight blocker, but also provides an important movement stop. Now, because the hobbits lost the last scenario, according to the campaign benefit of that means in this scenario they have to start the battle on this side of the hedge, on the west side of the hedge, as opposed to the east. So they have to spend a turn, at least a couple of turns, climbing over the hedge. That's because of the result of the last scenario. So that's kind of where we are. You can see our lovely terrain again. We've got a new bit of clump foliage here that we made in the same way we made the hedges. Andrew Pennington's lovely trees all laid out. We managed to sneak one of our fields in the corner again. And the main hedge, and the hedge was built for this scenario. So I think with that we should jump into the scenario and see what we're up to. So, shortcuts make long delays, the second one. So as it says, layout. The board represents a section of the wooded area in the Shire's East Farthing. The board should have plenty of trees and bushes dotted around it, so as to give the impression of a densely wooded area, as well as provide plenty of places for the hobbits to hide from the ringwraiths. A hedge runs across the board from north to south, 12 inches from the western board edge.
So starting positions are the hobbits, and dwarf.
And dogs.
Starting base contact with the hedge. Gildor, who is actually not in this scenario, we decided to leave him out, is deployed on the other edge if he was there. One ringwraith is then deployed touching the centre of each, the northern and southern board edges, and one on the western board edge. Over there.
Indeed. The objectives. Frodo has been hunted by the Black Riders and must slip past them so as to escape them. The ringwraiths are hunting Frodo, and if they find him, they will not hesitate to kill him and take the ring. The good player wins if Frodo escapes, or Bilbo.
Yes,
Bilbo escapes the board via the eastern board edge, which is down here, or if all the ringwraiths are slain. The evil player wins if Bilbo is slain. We're going to be doing that a lot in these videos.
Indeed. So there's some special rules, as there always is in scenarios. So first one is the search. The Nazgul have not found the ring bearer and are relentlessly searching for the ring. The ringmates must follow the rules for centuries, as detailed in the Middle-earth Strategy Battle Games rules. Additionally, as the ringwraiths are not well suited to seeing in daylight, all good models gain the stalk unseen special rule.
That's cool.
Which is nice. If Bilbo puts on the ring, the alarm is immediately raised and each ringwraith will move up to 6 inches towards Bilbo if able.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Lost in the Woods. Obviously a reference to Frozen 2.
Yeah, indeed.
The hobbits are apprehensive after their run-in with the Black Riders and are now scared and lost in the woods. Until the alarm has been raised, at the start of each of the hobbits' move, and presumably dwarfs and dogs, they must take a courage test. If they fail, the evil player may move them instead.
Yes.
Once the alarm has been raised, the hobbits are aware of the danger they're in and may act as normal. That's dreadful.
Yes, it is,
so courage test for every model before I move.
Yeah. So the last one is Cry of the Nazgul. The piercing cry of the Nazgul is enough to freeze the hearts of all that hear it. Once per game, after the alarm has been raised, the evil player can use a special rule. After priority has been determined, the evil player can unleash a screech of the Nazgul. Until the end of the turn, all good models reduce their courage value by 3.
So that basically means that for one turn, I'm not moving.
Yeah.
Because I'll have to take a move phase. But that's until the alarm has been raised.
Yes.
So that might be a relatively early thing that you want to do, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because you want to do it before the alarm's raised.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
No,
cool.
after the alarm has been raised. So
of course.
So they've seen them and they go, I can use the screech to slow them down.
But then they won't be taking courage tests, will they, at that point?
If it depends, if you want to charge me.
Yeah. Okay, so participants, which is possibly the most important part. Frodo Baggins, Samwise Gamgee and Peregrine Took and Gildor and Glory. Now this is where we made the most changes for our campaign. Frodo and Sam are easy because that's Bilbo and Balin. Peregrine Took is in our campaign being played by Gaffer. So we've got Gaffer in here, but we also have Farmer Maggot, who's joining them on the quest.
Yeah.
So that means they get Farmer Maggot, so they've got the advantage, and they get 3 dogs. They've got 4 extra models.
Yeah.
So what we've decided to do is not to put Gildor in.
Yeah.
So it's Farmer and Maggot instead of the kind of high elf warrior.
Yeah.
And also whilst we're doing a fantasy fellowship, our primary influence is the films.
Yes.
In which Gildor doesn't appear. So we decided to leave Gildor out. So one of the things that, of course, we realised that we had to deal with, given that our campaign is set 30 years before the War of the Ring, is that Farmer Maggot's beloved dogs, Grip, Fang and Wolf, wouldn't be alive back then. But we decided that Farmer Maggot would probably have been a dog lover all of his life.
Indeed.
And so he would have had other dogs. So the dogs that he's got with him for our campaign are here, and they are Penny, Sam and Mac. And those are going to be the 3 dogs that that come with us on our adventure.
Yeah.
And then who knows what their fates will be. But sadly, of course, one way or the other, they won't be around for the War of the Ring. And at which point Grip, Fang and Wolf will take their place. So wish them all luck as they go off on their intrepid journey. And for Evil?
Evil, it's just 3 ring race with no additional might, will or fate.
So that's 7 will
7
each.
will each, yeah.
So finite resources, but still enough to do some damage.
Indeed. Yeah. So with this scenario, we're introducing another profile, and I'll talk you through that card now. So for the Ring Wraith, so the stats of a Ring Wraith is a movement 6, they're fight 5 with a 4+ shoot value, they're strength 4, defense 8, so they're really tough. They have only 1 attack, 1 wound, but they're courage 6, which is really cool. They have heroic march and heroic channeling, but for this scenario they don't have any might. And their special rules are Harbinger of Evil, which minuses 1 courage to anyone within 12 inches of a Ring Wraith. They have terror, so that means the models that are attacking them have to take a courage test to charge them. The Will of Evil means that they reduce their will store for fighting in combat, and 1 of 9 means you can only take 9 of them, obviously. They have options for mounts, but obviously that doesn't apply to this scenario. And they have some spells as well. So Drain Courage on a 2+, which is handy as well for people, stopping people charging you. Transfix on a 3+, Compel on a 4+, Black Dart, which is a cool spell, on a 5+, Instill Fear, a little bit of a short range spell there, but it's pretty cool, and Sap Will, which obviously reduces the will store of the model. Obviously you can see on the card they have 2 might, 14 will and 2 fate. Obviously for this scenario they start with only 7 will. So no might and no fate.
And so that is it. We are all ready to go. We understand the scenario. So Tom, what do you reckon?
I think it's going to be pretty hard for the Ring Race. I'm going to need to get some lucky rolls for the sentries.
Yeah.
But apart from that, yeah. So if I don't, then it could be a very quick or very slow waddle across the board. But from
potentially.
From the heroes.
I'm also just about out of Ancient Evil range for the first turn, which will have an impact on my ability to move.
Yeah.
I think those courage tests are going to be huge. I need to get over this hedge and get moving. Really. If I can manage that, then we might be all right. 3 wraiths, only 3 models with 7 will. It'll be tough.
Yeah.
If you get some good rolls on the sentries and they get they get into the action fairly soon, then you can probably cause a bit of a mess.
Yeah,
before I can stop you.
Indeed.
And drain some of my resources, which of course is campaign. It's possibly more important.
Yes, indeed.
So there we go. We're excited. Looking forward to it, and we will come back with the first turn. Lovely. Right. Good luck, sir.
You too.
So here we go. It's a narrative scenario. So good. Get priority first. So the first thing I have to do is start taking lots of courage tests to see if I can move over the hill. Can you please pass the tape measure?
Okay, indeed.
So first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move... cunning. First gamesmanship of the campaign. I'm going to start with Bilbo.
Okay.
It's courage 6. Yeah. He's out of range, so he's fine. Yeah. So he's going to try and... his gamesmanship, of course, being that at the moment you can move him. So him climbing the hill. It's a fantastic start. So Bilbo goes over the hill. It's probably worth saying we didn't clear it up, but we decided that obviously for thematic purposes, the hobbits could climb this hill.
Yeah.
Hill? Why do I keep saying a hill?
I don't know,
hedge. Despite the fact that possibly it might be twice their height. Otherwise, it's going to be a very boring game.
Indeed.
Let's see if we can get Farmer Maggot over there now. Farmer Maggot, of course, is courage 5.
Indeed.
He also passes, so his roll to climb over the hedge. Yes, classic Maggot. So then let's start getting our dogs over. So first up here we have Sam to climb over the hedge, who uses Farmer Maggot's courage.
He does.
So
that's enough.
Sam can get over. Climbing the hedge. Oh, Sam is stuck where he is. Next up, Penny's roll to move. She's fine, so she's going to move an inch up to the hedge. And take a courage test. And she passes. So her roll to climb the hedge, she gets over as well. Good work, Penny. So next up, it's Mac's courage test to see if he can move. Which he does. So he's going to move an inch up to the hedge and climb. And he gets over as well. Next up we'll do Balin. So courage test with his courage of 6. Oh, anything but a 1, Balin. Loves it. Climbing over the hedge. Oh, he can keep moving. So he goes, I think we'll say that's 3
3,
inches,
yeah.
so he can move a mighty 2. Well, let's see what we can do here, but I'm just going to make sure he's 9 inches away from that wraith.
Yeah.
In case of disastrous rolling on your part. And finally, Gaffer Gamgee taking his courage test, and he also passes and getting over the hedge with a 6,
Wow. So
allowing him to move to about there.
there.
So there we go. So at the end of my move phase, there, everyone except Sam the dog has managed to get over the hedge. So we'll see if anything trouble comes to that. But that's a strong start.
Indeed. So century rolls now.
Indeed.
So I will start with this wraith over here
Okay.
on a 5.
So
I can
you
move
get to move him half.
Indeed.
There you go, sir. Moves into the board to cut him off.
Yeah. That one. Then I shall do the wraith on the western board edge. 2. So
I
you
get to
to
move
move him
half.
3 inches.
I just send him 3 inches that way,
Yeah.
I think. Off you go. No Sam the dog for you, sir.
No. And then I'd
Oh,
need
this
to
one.
move him
Yeah.
potentially. So
Oh,
4.
so you get to
I
move
get
him.
yeah, so I'm moving 3
That
inches.
way or cutting off?
I think cutting off actually, yeah,
Sure.
going around the hedge.
So 3 inches
Yeah.
to there. I think that's probably the right course of
Yeah.
action. Cool, so that's the end of the move phase. So here is how things look at the end of the movement phase. You can see all the models in the picture. You can see the wraith in the bottom left corner, the wraith kind of in the top middle of the screen, and the wraith in the top right of the screen. And you can see that most of our intrepid fellowship have managed to climb over the hedge, except for Sam, the dog, who decided to stay on the other side because he likes it there. We'll be going into priority, I presume,
Yeah.
next. Cool. Cool. So we're on to turn 2 priority now.
Indeed.
I get 2.
Get a 4.
So it goes to Tom.
Yes.
I don't think we need to do any heroic moves here, because I'll get to react to your movement. So even if you move full, I should be able to move. It's the end phase, isn't it, that the alarm gets raised?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, over to you then, sir.
Yep. So
Century roll?
Century roll. Just start with the one in the far
This
end.
one over here.
Yep. It's
So I
a 3,
get to
so you
move
can
him.
3 inches.
Wow, that's actually a bit tricky. I think just back where you came from,
Yep.
please. Lovely.
Right
One in
over
there.
there.
Doesn't
Oh,
move.
doesn't move, he's
Doesn't
stuck.
move.
And
All your
then-
hopes and all your hopes and dreams are pinned on this right
And
there.
this one over here.
He doesn't move
it
either.
stays
He doesn't
where it
move either. But
Not good.
let's not rule out that I could still help you out in my move phase.
Yes, that's true.
So first things first, I'm going to see what Sam's up to.
Yeah.
Courage test, passes.
Passes.
Climbing the hedge. Hey! So Sam gets over onto the other side of the hedge. Phew, we're all over. So next up, we'll start with Bilbo.
Yep.
Courage test, loves life. We should probably actually be measuring. There is an ancient evil here that gets Bilbo, Balin, and Gaffer that he passes,
Yep.
and we'll go running forward. Going to go on that side of the tree to hopefully make use of Stalk Unseen
Indeed.
from that wraith. Next up, we'll do Balin, whose courage 6 down to 5.
Yep.
Passes. He'll also leg it. We'll do Gaffer Gamgee, courage 5 down to 4. Loves life. Now we've got our first hobbit, which is Mac.
First dog.
First dog, sorry, thank you. That's why I bring you along.
Yeah.
He can move 8 inches,
8
of course.
inches, yeah.
So why not? Let's get him moving. And then our next dog, Penny.
Yep.
Loves it. Remember using the courage of Farmer Maggot, which is still 5.
Yes.
Yeah, just out.
Yeah.
So Penny can... Oh, my goodness. This is going to happen a lot. Hope you forgive us. So Penny will also become our spies. And then finally Farmer Maggot, who passes because he goes down to courage 5. And he'll go up there, getting away from those filthy ring wraiths. So there we go.
Yeah.
That's going to be it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
So we'll show you what the board looks like at the end of movement now. So you should be able to see 2 of the ring wraiths on the sides of the board fairly clearly, and the third one you can just see his base poking between the hedge and the tree right at the top middle of the board. And then we can see how our companions are moving forwards with the dogs both taking up scouting positions at the front, and also Sam, who's just crossed the hedge, forming a rear guard at the back of the party. Cool. So ready to roll for turn 3 priority.
Indeed.
So the forces of evil get a 4, and the forces of good get a 4. So it swings back to good this time, I believe.
No, to evil. You had it last. No.
I think you had it last
I
time.
think I had it last.
Yeah,
time.
I think you
I did. Yeah, because I rolled sentries first.
Yes,
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Cool. So it's straight over to me with my courage test. So we'll start with Bilbo. Oh, filthy Mordor dice. Don't want that, thank you. So starting with Bilbo, who loves it. Off he goes. Should also check for ancient evils, by the way. None from that wraith. And on this side, oh yeah, Gaffer and Balin are covered. And Mac and Penny, I think, are covered there. Okay, so let's now do Farmer Maggot, who's courage 5. He's alright. Rushes up next to Bilbo. Sam, let's see if we can leave a gap for Sam. We'll start with Mac, who's at -1 courage, so courage 4. I still think we don't necessarily want him running off too much. And Penny, who's also courage 4, fails. Oh my goodness, you get to move a dog 8 inches.
I do indeed.
Oh, it's probably over to the all your hopes and dreams wraith, maybe.
I think. Let's have a look. She's closer to there, but I'd have to go around, so it wouldn't make much of a difference. I think I'm just going to go 8 inches to get her closer to. Yeah.
That's over there, right?
Yeah.
So, and you're moving her, so she's out in the open. Are they 9 inches apart?
Just over.
So I'm not getting found out this turn at least. Cool. So then we have Balin, who's at -1 courage.
Yep,
so he's down to 5. Fine, never in doubt. Make some progress up the board. And Gaffer, who's also -1 courage, so he's down to courage 4. Yeah, got a brave little bunch of adventurers here.
Indeed.
And then that just leaves Sam, sentry dog, loves it. There we go. So over to you for your sentry rolls.
Let's have a look.
Which one are we going for?
We'll start with the fire one.
Sure.
I think he's out of the game.
Well, maybe not when the
that's true.
when the alarm gets. Oh, it's a huge 6! Straight that way.
Straight that way. Yeah, as close to the.
That is a big roll. That is a clutch roll. This is the one you've wasted your 6 though. This is where you need your 6.
I should have started there. I'll leave that till last. Then I'll come over to this one. It's a 4, so I can move him 3 inches. Just going to go there. And then last one over here. You get to move him 3 inches. So
let's go 3 inches towards that corner, please. Cool. And with that is the end of the move phase. So we can see that this is how things look at the end of movement with our band of brave heroes moving through the forest, but you can see that Sam has been moved out of position and towards the grasping clutches of this ring wraith. So we'll see if Tom can capitalise on that luck next turn and potentially raise the alarm. We shall see. Right. Yep. Cool, so here we go with the priority roll for turn 4. Good gets. Oh, dice off the table.
Evil gets
a big 5. Good gets a 4. It goes to evil.
So
I won't be calling any heroic actions.
No.
So it's on you for 2 pretty crucial sentry rolls, I'd say. Which one are you starting with?
I'm going to go with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a 1. He doesn't move. It's a disaster. But it's all right.
Yeah.
You've got your 1 out of the way.
Exactly.
All ready for your big 6 for this guy.
Yes, he's going next.
It's a 6! He's done it! He's not even gone and done it! Oh, God. So to give you some idea, he obviously he can't charge because the alarm hasn't been raised yet. So, but you can get.
I'd say
get to there,
out of the control zone of.
You can get to here.
Yes.
And bear in mind, to raise the alarm, you need to be within 3 inches in line of sight.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's probably here.
Yeah.
So he's
I think just stay out of the control zone.
Yeah, he has to stay out of the control zone of the dog he doesn't know about, so that he can see all into this open area. And then I'm not really sure if I'm going to be able to do anything about that, to be honest. But we'll see.
I think you could get out of threat range.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So I've got 1 more sentry.
Yep, 1 at the back.
Yep. He gets a 4.
He still wants to play.
3 inches,
I'm moving forward. 3 inches forward. Lovely stuff. And then over to me. And of course, actually, if all I need to do is fail one courage test.
Yeah, so now
we're
you're
ding,
minus
ding,
one
ding,
everywhere.
ding, ding, ding. And yeah, they're all at -1. So should we start with Sam?
Yes.
Poor lonely dog. Sam loves
Loves
it.
it.
So she's back. He's back on side. But I want to make sure he's away from all the wraiths. So I'm
Put
moving down
behind the
here.
tree for the stalk unseen if you can.
I don't know where he was.
Oh yeah, then.
Let's go with that benefit of the doubt for that one because he was definitely in range of that. Next up, incredibly important courage test for Mac, the dog, straight in front of the ring wraith. Courage 4. Oh, he loves it. Get out of there.
Fast as you
Get
can.
out of there. And nip him around that tree. Let's do Penny. That's not Penny, is it?
No, that's Sam.
That's
so
Sam.
That was Penny.
Oh, it's Penny over there. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
It's
all right.
Penny who's been dragged out of
Yeah.
position. Oh, I'm so sorry. So Sam.
Loves it.
Sam's all right. There's the models without will moved. So we'll now get on to Gaffer Gamgee, I think.
Yeah.
Let's do Gaffer, who is courage 4. Oh, it's 9. He's going to use it. He's got to use his will point. Let's get to 10. And he will run that way. He's still in the open, but more than 3 inches away.
Yes.
Good old Bilbo Baggins. Courage 6 down to 5. Don't. Still has to make it through the open, through this clearing. And Farmer Maggot is courage 5 down to courage 4. I'm using the filthy Mordor dice. Loves it. And he goes. And that just leaves Balin, who's courage 6 down to 5. And he legs it.
Absolutely loves it. It's getting tense now.
And crucially, everyone is more than 3 inches away from that wraith. So that is how things stand at the end of the move phase.
Yes.
So we'll show you the status of the board before going into priority.
So yeah, we've come up. So all the good players have moved up. Try and stay away from the 3-inch bubble for the ring wraiths not to raise the alarm. Gaffer Gamgee is the closest, so he might be in trouble depending on what I roll next turn.
Cool, so we are going into turn 5 priority.
Yes.
Good gets 5. Even get a 6.
Any heroics?
Maybe. He's still a sentry though, isn't he?
He is still a sentry, yeah.
So he'll have to
technically,
roll.
You'd have to, if I get lucky.
But even if you get lucky, I might well be able to get away. I'm just thinking of campaign of getting their might back. I suppose they all get D3 back, don't they? Wine, there's Gaffer. They've all got might, haven't they? I think Dear Sweet. Could use one from Bilbo. Bilbo Baggins. We'll call a heroic move.
Okie dokie.
It is his quest after all. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
we
we start with Bilbo's courage test. Obviously, everyone is within 12 inches. Oh, I just couldn't see. I couldn't see Mac.
Yeah.
So everyone's within 12 inches. So we'll start with Bilbo, down to courage 5. It's a disaster. I can't have that because you're going to move him into range of the wraith. So he's courage 6 down to 5. So he's got an 8.
So he needs to use
2 points of will. It's big from Bilbo. Bloody hell, Baggins. And he can't. He's got to have to go that way, just on the off chance. But he can't. 6 inches is there, so if he's in between those, he was there, right?
Yeah.
If he goes that way, he can stay 6 inches out of him on the off chance. Right. Next up, let's see if the dogs can get away. So we'll start with Mac. Courage down to 4.
He's got to stay within 6 of Bilbo though.
He's failed.
Ah.
You get to move Mac. Uh-oh.
Indeed.
I sense an alarm being raised.
Yes, I think.
He
what
thinks
I
the
would
game's
do-
about to change.
You can't. So if I fail the sentry, that's fine.
Yeah,
If you move him 3, I still need him. So technically, I need to just put him
You just want to put him right
right
next to that
it,
right.
out of the control zone, basically.
Yeah. You can easily get there.
So yeah.
Okay, hello. Ruff.
So outside of an inch.
Yep.
4. Yeah.
Oh, that's highly unfortunate. Good heroic move, Bilbo.
Yeah.
That's 2 failed courage tests out too so far. Next up we have Sam.
Yep.
He does pass. No, actually, Penny would have been in range. Well, I think Penny was out.
Penny
Actually.
would have.
I think we didn't measure that, but because I missed her, I think Penny's out.
Okay, yeah.
So Sam, I actually think now, Sam, now that the alarm's definitely going to be raised.
I just realised, you know what?
What?
You could move him 3 inches that way and still be 4 inches out. So I don't think the alarm will be raised.
Move who?
The ring wraith. If I fail the roll, I need to roll 4 above to be able to.
Oh, of
raise
course,
the
yeah,
alarm.
because in theory, yeah. But there's nothing you could do about that.
No,
because
I
you
know.
could,
Yeah.
wherever I put him, that
You
could
could
be an
do the
option.
same,
Yeah, I
so
suppose it is just a 50-50.
It's a risk, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure that Sam is in charge range, but out of the ring race charge range. Let's try Balin. His courage 6 down to 5.
He loves it.
Again, Balin could be. See, now we're preparing to charge a wraith essentially at this point, and so I would move him back to here. So we need him. We need that area free. We'll move on to Gaffer Gamgee, who is courage 5 down to 4. Run, Gaffer. And Maggot, who is courage 5 down to 4. Yes, Maggot. Yes, precious Maggot. I'll just send him up there.
In between.
Yeah. And then Penny wasn't covered by the heroic move.
No.
So it's your priority.
My priority.
We're building up to that one?
Yeah. We'll leave that one. So we'll do the one that doesn't really matter.
Oh, he's on the hunt.
So
he's
just
3 inches forward.
Yep.
Up to the hedge, I reckon.
Yeah, just there. This one over here.
Oh, it's a big 6! Oh, he's in. They're closing in.
Penny does have a move though, so
Yeah.
that's not too bad. And obviously I'm still out of 3 inches, but yeah,
Sure.
we're getting close.
So,
last
and
one,
the big one.
the big one.
The biggie needs a 4+. He's got it! He's got it! Ding ding, ding ding, ding ding.
So, question is, do I?
You know those dogs that were meant to give me an advantage in this
Yeah.
game?
I think I'm going to plop him there.
Okay.
So yeah, just
Well, he wants to use Balin to raise the alarm because you can.
yeah. So yeah, he's just going to go.
Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. So we absolutely need to get a
Or-
shot of that.
Do I get closer to Bilbo because that's the objective?
Yeah, you could do, I suppose. I
Yeah.
mean, you can charge Bilbo there, but if you want to come around that way a bit.
No, it's free. Yeah, I can't charge anyway because he's not.
Yeah.
He'll be at the end of the turn, so he'll come.
You
there,
can only
yeah.
move 3 there, can't you? Because it's a sentry roll.
I rolled a 6.
It's fine.
Oh, it's a 5. Beg your pardon.
It's all there on camera.
Sorry.
See, this is what I was worried about getting Macklin.
Yeah.
He's a cheat.
No, that's fine. I'll leave
Cool.
him there. I'll leave him there.
And that is the end. Oh no, we've got Penny to move, haven't we?
Yes.
So Penny's courage test.
Yeah, definitely minus. Never in doubt.
Just, I think she just needs to come and support her chums, really. Cool. So that is the end of a very dramatic move phase. We have a game on our hands.
Yeah.
And we will come. Well, it's basically the end phase. So
Yeah.
we will talk you through what's happening in the end phase now. As you can see, this is Mac, who failed his courage test and moved in range of the ring wraith. So as long as he got a 4+, he would raise the alarm. The wraith did get a 4+, but he also used that move, that 2 to 3 inch move, to move forward. So both Balin and Mac are in range of the ring wraith and in clear line of sight, which raises the alarm. You can also see right at the back of the board. You can see the other ring wraith who's now quite close behind. And meanwhile, the final wraith is just behind the hill and just behind the hedge, I should say, and potentially about to get involved in the action before too long. The alarm has been raised,
Indeed.
which means A, I no longer have to take courage tests.
No.
B, your ring wraith can act as normal,
Yes.
including casting spells. And C, you can now use the Cry of the Nazgul once per game to
I
reduce all my courage values by 3.
3, yeah.
Cool. So with that, we'll go into priority for the next turn.
Indeed.
So the Nazgul.
Priority.
Yep. You get 5, it's big. And the Nazgul keep their advantage. Do you know what? What could I do? I could, by Heroicing, I could potentially charge. When do you do Scream of the Nazgul if you
I
do
can
it?
do it now.
Is it
after priority?
after
roll.
priority,
Is
before
it
heroics?
before heroic? Yeah, before. Is it as priority has been determined?
Let's find out.
So yeah.
Once per game, after priority has been determined.
Yep.
So that sounds like before heroic actions.
Before heroic actions. Yeah.
Are you doing it this turn?
Yes.
Okay, so Kyle has got this turn, which will make it hard for me to charge you. So do you know what? I think I'm just going to let you have it then.
Okay.
Because I don't see any point in... I'd rather react to your moves, I think.
Of course. Okie dokie.
Cool.
So, the tape measure, please. I'm just going to start with one. That,
Yep.
So he's going to attempt to jump the hedge.
Sure.
Gets
Big
a 4.
four.
So he can...
He's in the game.
He's in the game. He's
Can
getting
cast a spell, of
He
course.
can indeed.
There's only 7 will, though.
But he didn't start his move in line of sight of...
No, that's fine now. He's
He
moved.
still-
Yeah, he's moved
okay.
into line of sight.
So 12, yeah, definitely in. I will... Because he's probably not going to see much action. I'll chuck a cheeky 2 dice black dart at Bilbo.
Oh, it's huge.
So,
He's gone huge.
so on a 5 up.
Oh, he's got it on a 5.
So he's
Oh.
used 2 well, that is swinging.
I've only got 1 will point. Oh, man. Oh, he's got magic
You've
resistance.
got, you can use, yeah. You
I
always
think
get
I'm
that.
just going to use the magic resistance, to be honest.
Okay.
No,
No.
that's a black dart on Bilbo.
So
It's just 1 wound, isn't it?
It's just 1
Yeah,
wound, yeah. I couldn't
So
challenge it.
strength,
So it's 9, yeah. So it's
but
3
it's
to wound.
That's a
Gets a
wound
wound
on
on
Bilbo. I'm not going to try and burn through precious campaign fate. That's a cracking start.
Indeed.
And he's down 2 will.
Yes, I mark that down.
The Wraiths are properly in the game.
I then will move up 6 inches and chuck a transfix at Bilbo.
Mm-hmm.
So Bilbo is his transfix is a 3+ for a ring race, and he gets
It's
it.
transfixed on Bilbo. Okay.
He's just going to use the resistance to magic.
Can I use it again?
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Experiment
Every time a spell is used,
Okay,
on you.
sure. So you got on a 3, yeah?
3+. Yeah.
Hashtag
He's
so
resistant.
resistant.
Okay. Let's see if I can
He's going for it. Yeah,
get round the
he can get
advantage.
in
Yeah.
there.
So he's going to go.
What a barrage at poor Bilbo.
Charge into Bilbo.
Cool.
You just mark a will point down there.
And you might as well
I'll
mark
mark
one
that,
up for up as well.
Yep.
Because he's going to lose 1 in the fight.
Indeed.
Great, so time to react. Well, they've all obviously got a rush to Bilbo. Did you do Screech to the Nazgul?
I did,
You
yeah.
So they're all at
So-
minus...
4 because of Harbinger of Evil.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it stacks,
It
right?
stacks, yeah.
Minus 4 courage. Right, okay, let's see what we can do. So Farmer Maggot, well, we might as well do them all because
Yeah.
we're going to need a Farmer Maggot into the Wraith, charging, fighting Bilbo.
Yeah.
He's reduced
Courage 1.
courage 1. Come on, Maggot. Oh, that's
so
got to be
good.
worth a will point.
It really is.
In he goes.
Solid Maggot.
Loving life. Solid Maggot. That's the worst thing you want with your tea. Where's the tape measure?
I think if you win this fight, the ring ref could be in trouble
I hope so.
because of Farmer Maggot's 2-handed
Right.
side.
Let's try and get Balin
Yeah.
in next, who's courage 6, so he's down to courage 2.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
Balin.
well, that didn't pay off.
That completes the trap. And then Gamgee, he's strength 2. The dog's a strength 3. Yeah, it
Yeah.
should be a dog. So Penny, who's been dragged around by the evil of the wraiths, will charge in. Penny goes down to courage 1, doesn't she? Because she's courage 5.
0. Oh no, courage 5 with Farmer Maggot.
Yeah,
Yeah, so courage.
so fails.
Yeah.
Mac is in range and
He is
also
indeed.
fancy some revenge against
Yes.
that wraith. So courage 1. Oh, again.
Oh no.
And then finally Sam will have a
Yeah.
go. Sam gets in. It's 8 inches, isn't it?
Brave Sam.
So
It is 8 inches,
5
yeah.
inches to there
Yeah.
and in. Which leaves me with Gaffer Gamgee to move. I think Gaffer's probably all right there. I think we'll move him forward just
Yeah.
on the off chance we might need him more around there or something. No, I think he's better there. He's better
Yeah.
there. Cool. Wow. What a turn. So with that, we'll go into the fight phase. Cool. So here we go into the fight phase, and what a dramatic one it is. The first thing is that Bilbo Baggins is going to use his final might point to call a heroic strike.
Yep.
So
Nothing I can do about that.
he's fight 3. So we need a 2 to equal you or 3 to go better. Bilbo Baggins!
fight.
He goes up to 7.
Poor
So
Ringley.
Bilbo's fight 7.
Yeah.
He's armed with a dagger. He can't do anything. Farmer Maggot has got a two-handed pick,
Yeah.
so he's going to piercing strike,
Ooh.
like you read about. And Balin has got a sword mace, so I'm going to feint with Balin.
Yeah, makes sense.
Not feint, is it? It's stab, because he's lower than you. Yeah,
He's lower fight. You can
I believe in my ability to win.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and obviously Sam will go ruff, ruff, ruff. So do you want to set the
yeah,
bar,
I'll set the
cheeky
bar.
ring wraith? Oh, it's
that's
good.
strong.
So Maggot, we'll start with Maggot's two
Yeah,
attacks at
'cause-
-1.
Yeah.
So that's a 4 highest so far from Maggot.
He does have a might point.
He does have a Maggot. Maggot. And then we've got Sam. Let's chuck her dice.
His dice.
So 1. Yeah, his dice does nothing. So we just got Balin and Bilbo.
Yeah.
Balin can be Bilbo can be the gold dice.
Yeah.
So it's Maggot on a 4
Yeah.
with a might point.
Yeah.
So Maggot's going to spend the might point, which takes us to a 5,
Yes.
and which is a tied fight.
Yes, but you have the higher fight value.
Yes, so I win that.
Yeah.
Phew! Just they did their best to mess
Yeah.
it up. So we would hope we can take this down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the glory to Farmer Maggot as he won the fight.
Exactly.
So he's got 4 attacks.
4
right?
attacks.
Lovely stuff. He is strength 3.
Up to 4, so you need
that's
6s down
6
to
by
5s.
4s.
No, so strength 4 is just straight 6s on defence 8.
Oh, because he's piercing striking.
He's piercing
yeah,
striking,
absolutely. So straight 6
So
is
you
down
need
to 5s.
5s.
Come on, Maggot. Maggot! There it is.
No face.
There we go. Good stuff. Maggot takes out a wraith. I might actually pop him on Maggot's card so we can remember
Yeah.
at the end. Lovely, lovely stuff. So with that, we're going to go on to priority for turn 7.
Yep.
So good get 2.
He will get a 2. So it goes to good.
Goes to good, yeah, because I
Yeah.
called a heroic last
Yeah.
turn, right? I think we're just going to go Nazgul hunting now. I think our dreams of escape
It makes
have
sense.
ended,
It makes
and we're
sense.
gonna jump on them. So yeah, what I'll be doing is I'm going to take a load of courage tests to charge this Nazgul. I think to begin with, I'll try and keep Bilbo safe unless we really need him.
Yep.
So I'm going to start with Farmer Maggot, who's at -1 courage.
Yep.
So he's down to courage 4. Oh, Maggot, that's not worth it. We'll now start with, I say start, we might be about to end, with Sam,
Sam, yep.
who is courage 4,
4,
effective. Yes, well, that was huge. He passed the over, thank you very much. So Sam will charge in. He's got plenty of room.
Yeah, just go around the
Go
back.
around the back. Balin can certainly reach, and I think Gaffer will be able to get in. But let's start with Balin. He's going in.
Courage 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
Balin.
loves it.
Absolute legend. He's going to go around that way.
Yep.
And then I think, let's have a look. Gaffer would be like an inch to there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gaffer's alright.
Definitely. If you can do it.
So
courage
Gaffer
5
goes
up
down to
4.
4. Yes,
Yeah.
Gaffer. In he goes. Get away from my flowers. And I'll leave the space because there's a chance I think Penny would be able to get in there.
Yep.
Yeah, there's plenty of room for
plenty of
Penny.
room.
So Penny's courage 4.
Yep.
Penny stays.
Poor old Penny.
And Sam can't really do anything, I don't think.
Mac.
Yeah, sorry, Mac.
Yeah.
So Mac is going to rush over to join and help in the fight. So pretty good. I've got 3 on there.
Yeah.
But we'll see. So over to you, your move phase.
Yeah.
Which of course is just this
Just
single
that
race.
single race. So let's have a look. Can I have the tape measure, please? So I'm just going to move my 6 inches up, which is to there. And he has 5 will left. Do I throw? I think I'm going to chuck another cheeky black dart at Bilbo.
Oh, no!
I will use 2 will.
Oh, that's what we like. That's what we like.
So
No
he's only
cheeky
got
black
3
darts
will
for you.
left. No, indeed.
Do you want to dock the other ring wraith?
Oh yeah,
One now for being in a fight.
Is reach.
Sure. So this is how things look at the end of the move phase. As you can see, everyone's bunched up together. The last wraith has hopped over the hedge and is closing in for the kill. But meanwhile, the reaching wraith is in a spot of bother, which we will investigate as we go into the fight phase now.
Yep.
Cool. So we'll go into the one duel of the turn.
Yep.
Balin is going to stab.
Ooh.
So shall I start you off
Yeah,
with
go on,
Sam?
set- yeah,
So here's
set the
Sam's
bar,
dice. It's 2.
2.
It's not great. Do you want to go?
Yep.
Wraith gets a 4. It's doable. It's doable. Both Balin and Gaffer have a might point. So Balin, Gaffer. Oh, that's yours.
Yes.
There's nothing we can do about it. Fair enough. So if you want to back those guys away,
Yeah.
and you get to make a strike. Oh,
So
choices.
I will. It makes sense. Gaffer's probably the weakest, isn't he?
He's the easiest to kill, yeah. He's got 2
Well,
wounds,
defense-
1 fate, as opposed to 2 wounds, 2 fate,
Well,
and he's defense 3.
The dog is easiest to kill,
Poor Sam!
but I don't think that's cruel.
Sam has rushed to Gaffer's aid, of course, in this fight,
Yeah,
to aid him against the Ringwraith, which
that's
is cool.
True. That is cool. Do you know what? Yeah,
You're going for
yeah,
Sam?
I'm going for Sam. Yeah.
Alright.
Gets him.
Sam has been taken out, protecting Gaffer Gamgee. Oh, down he goes. What a cool... I think you just lost the audience at that point, murdering dogs.
It's a numbers game.
It's good for the race, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go into priority for turn 8.
Yep. So Ringwraith gets a 6.
Yeah,
That
4.
goes to me.
I don't think I can really risk the might, to be honest.
No.
Well, I mean, we're going to fight anyway, and to be brutally honest, I'd rather use the might to win fights against you and count on magic resistance.
That
maybe.
makes sense.
I
That
think.
makes sense.
All right.
Yeah. So my move.
So yeah, let's do your
Yeah.
worst. So it's over to you.
So this Ringwraith hasn't got many will left, so he's only going to use it for fighting.
So
He's
you
going to charge Farmer Maggot.
Oh, not maggot.
Yes, and then the Ringwraith with more will,
Mhm.
old Reachy here, is going to throw a cheeky 1 dice black dart and then charge Bilbo. Oh no, I have to charge Gaffer swinging into Bilbo. if
I
can.
think you can get
Ring
Bilbo.
in the control
You can
zone,
get
yeah,
Bilbo
yeah.
on his own there.
So I
So
can
black
try-
dart at Bilbo.
Yeah, just a 1 dice with a 5 up.
Oh,
he
come
gets
on! But he's obviously resistant to magic.
Yeah. Do you want to use his last will point
Well,
as well
Oh.
as the resistance to magic?
I don't want to use it, but I kind of think it's almost a certain wound, so you're
Yeah.
trading a will for a wound. Oh. Yeah, I'll use his
Yeah.
last will point. Nope.
No.
He's out of will. He takes
But-
a wound.
No.
Oh no,
After
not
on a
yet.
three-
Of
on a
course,
3
yeah,
plus.
3 plus. Oh, that was worth the will. Finally, a Macklin won. This is why I brought him into the campaign. If he's going in, right?
He's going in.
Cool.
Charging old Bilbo.
Right, well, we've got to save Bilbo because he's in a really bad state for the second scenario. So they're just at -1 courage.
Yeah.
So Balin is going to charge into the Ringwraith.
Yep.
Because he's protecting his companion. So he
Uh,
needed a 5, so that's obviously a point of will.
Yeah.
In he goes. Gaffer Gamgee is charging in. He's courage 5 at the moment.
Down to 4.
Oh.
Or is he courage 6 normally?
He's courage 5 normally,
Yeah,
so
so
down
down
to
to
4. Loves
No,
it.
he loves
He'll
it.
complete the trap. And then the dogs obviously are going to protect their master. So Mac is charging in at courage 4. Yes,
Yes,
Mac
loves
loves it. Mac goes in. He can turn around now to fight.
Yeah.
And
Penny.
Penny also. Arrgh! Yes,
Yeah,
Penny.
she's done it.
Surely, come on, I feel it. I feel something
Yes.
good happening this turn. There we go. So we've got 2 big fights on our hands this turn. Okay, so with the moves completed, we're into the fight phase.
Yep.
So do you want to dock them their will first?
Yes, indeed.
So what state are they in?
So Reach is down to 3 because
3
he
will.
used a spell and 1 for fighting, and then the other one is down to 2 because one for fighting.
Cool, very cool indeed. Great, so with that we're on to the fights. It's your priority,
Yep.
so which one do you want to do first?
We'll do Farmer Maggot first.
Yeah, save
Yeah.
Bilbo. Good stuff. So Farmer Maggot has to go 2-handed, so you might as well pierce and strike.
Yep, absolutely.
I'll do Maggot first.
Yeah,
shall
do
I?
Maggot first.
So Maggot gets a
Gets a
1.
one.
It's strong.
Ringwraith gets a 4.
Alright, it's the dogs to
So
save the day.
5 on the dogs and
Let's do Penny in gold
Yeah.
and Mac in white. Oh no! The Wraith takes it. Maggot, Penny, and Mac go back. Oh, what's he gonna do? Does the dog murdering spree continue?
I think so. I'll go for
Who?
Penny.
Penny, dear sweet Penny.
No,
Why
she's
didn't
fine.
Why didn't you attack Mac? Tom Macklin. What is that? I could possibly say.
No idea.
Cool. Well, that didn't go well, but he's already lost his will point.
Yes, he has.
And potentially the big fight of the turn. We've got Balin, Gaffer. We're all lower fight value. I kind of believe we're going to win the fight. I don't want to stab with Bilbo. I'll stab with Balin.
Yep.
And that's the only special strike I'll do.
Okay. So I'll set the bar at a
Yes,
mighty 1.
that's precious.
I think.
Surely. So let's do Gaffer.
Yeah,
There we go.
Gaffer wins it.
So let's see if we can give Gaffer Gamgee a ring race kill, shall we? So Gaffer. Actually, let's start with Bilbo. Because he's got no might, actually. So he's strength 2 against 8.
So
6 is by 5s, isn't it? Yeah. So Bilbo Baggins. Nothing. And then let's do Gaffer Gamgee then.
So
he's strength 3, so 6 is by 4s.
6 is by 4s, yeah.
Oh no, he's strength 2. Strength 2. Yeah. 6 by 5s. Oh, Gaffer!
By
Gaffer Gamgee!
Has he got
For the Shire! Yes, Gaffer! Gaffer takes him out. Much better, boys. The Merry and Pip characters are very much doing their work here. Cool. So there you go, a kill each. Or not a kill each, a win each. And we all turn our attention to the last wraith. So with that, we'll go into the next turn. Cool. So priority for turn 9. Evil get a big 6 and good get a 4, so it goes to evil.
Yes. Wow. I'm actually.
I don't think I'm going to use. I've only got 2 might left, and given it's a campaign,
I've only got 2 will left.
Yeah, I'm not going to do a heroic.
No. So I think in my heart I want to throw a spell and then die at the end of the turn.
Okay.
But that's not the way. That's not the way to win scenarios. So
it is if you black dart Bilbo and kill him.
that is true. Actually, do you know what? Why
that's
not?
a heroic use of penultimate will, I think.
Yes, he will charge before he charges back into Maggot. He will throw his point of will a 5 up.
Oh come on!
Yes.
Alright, so Bilbo's got his 1 resistant to magic dice.
Yeah.
Needs a 5. Oh my god.
So,
Kill the ring bearer!
So 3 plus.
Yep. Does a wound. He's got 3 fate. Oh,
Fine.
thank you.
And then I'll mark it off now. But at the end of the turn, he will.
Right.
But
you say. Oh, he will there. Yeah, I was going to say you say he will. Not if I just leave him alone. He won't. So he's gone into Maggot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be the dogs.
Yeah.
The dogs have got to go in to save him, I think. So let's start with Penny, courage 4. Rawr. Then let's have Mac, courage 4. Rawr. No.
No. That's
No.
8, 9.
Rawr.
Quite.
Now then. Balin has will and is 1 point higher. I don't want him blocking
Get Gaffer out the way.
Yeah, I think so. Gaffer will step out the way.
Yep.
Balin will charge in. Yes, Balin.
Yeah,
and
it.
I am not risking Bilbo. Not a chance.
Are you sure?
Yeah, not a chance. So that's where we go, and we'll go straight into the fight phase.
Yep.
So in here, in this fight, what are we going to do? I think I have to go 2-handed with Gaffer, and I might as well. He's going to be trapped. I'm not going to stab with Balin in case you get the 6.
Yeah.
So it's just going 2-handed piercing striking with Maggot.
Cool.
So do you want to see what you get?
Yep.
It's 2, lovely stuff. Yep. So let's give it to Maggot. Maggot takes it, and I'm going to give him the opportunity of taking down his second wraith.
Yes.
So he gets +1 strength for piercing striking.
Yep.
He's also 2-handed. You haven't been
So,
doing that.
You did last time. You need 5s to wound rather than 6s.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it affects both, doesn't it? So 5s. Boom,
Oh,
Maggot!
loves it.
Look at that from Maggot. And Maggot takes out the final wraith on the table. Let's put him on his card. Lovely stuff. And with that, the ring wraiths have been vanquished. And certainly our 4 brave companions and 2 out of our 3 dogs can escape off the table. Well played, sir.
You too.
But of course, what we have to do now is find out what happens to dear sweet Sam in terms of whether or not he makes it through, and also what happens in terms of our recovery for the campaign. And so we will come back after that and let you know. So before we actually have a chat about the game, the first thing we have to do are our recovery rolls.
Yes.
So shall we start with the big one? It's not really a big one because I won the scenario, but dear sweet Sam
Yes.
died protecting. He fell protecting Gaffer Gamgee. So we need to make his recovery roll. So we'll roll it. He gets a 6. He's fine anyway. It would be because it's the first time. It's the first time that we've played this. So if you're not familiar with the way the campaign works, on a roll of a 1, they're dead.
Yeah.
If your ring bearer is ever slain, the campaign comes to an end and the Middle Earth falls to darkness. A 2 to a 3, they'd be wounded, but they wouldn't regain any stats. So that wouldn't matter for Sam because the dogs haven't got stats. And 4 to plus, they are fully recovered and they recover as normal. But the reason I wasn't too worried is if good win the scenario, you get +1 on that roll. So if a hero went down, a roll of a 2 a roll of a 1 or 2 would still mean that they didn't recover stats, which would be bad. But for the dogs, as long as if they win, they're surviving. So Sam's all right, and Sam can return to the kennel ready for the next fight, which is cool. And so after that, we have to do our recovering strength roll. So let's read this for the first time. As your fellowship battles its way through Middle-earth, they will become weary and tired beyond measure, their adventures taking their toll upon every member of your fellowship, and often they will leave a battle exhausted and injured. To represent this, members of your fellowship do not automatically regain any spent might, will, fate or wounds between games. Instead, they will regain a number of might, will, fate and wounds depending on how they performed in the previous game. So the first thing we have to choose is the bravest companion. After the game, both players should discuss which member of your fellowship has performed above and beyond the call of duty. Perhaps they fended off many enemies or sacrificed themselves for the good of the ring bearer. This model may regain D6 might, will, fate or wounds of the controlling player's choice. So, and also if the hero survived the battle, as all of my heroes did, they get to re-roll it, but they have to take the second roll. So I'll ask it to you first. Who do you think should be the bravest companion?
I think there's only one choice really. Is Farmer Maggot the tank.
I think so.
With his two-handed
he
scythe,
charged. He was actually brave.
Yes, he was.
He charged 2 ring wraiths, took them both down. I would dearly love it to be Bilbo, given that he used 7 points of stuff, but it's got to be Maggot. I think the bravest companion. So congratulations, Farmer Maggot. You are tonight's bravest companion, and so we will roll for his D6 points back. It's really anything but that.
But you get to re-roll it. And it can't get any worse. So.
Get to re-roll it. Oh, he gets 4. So Farmer Maggot gets both of his points back. So he gets his will point back and he gets his might point back, and he gets 2 ring wraith kills in his tally for the campaign. Next up, the fellow adventurers, or we should actually say there's also Fall of a Took. After the game, both players should discuss which member of your fellowship, if any, has performed poorly in the previous game. This model gains no bonus whatsoever. It doesn't have to be awarded if both players agree that all members of your fellowship pulled their weight fairly. It's important for both players to be honest when making the decision as to which model is awarded the Fall of a Took, as it makes the campaign much more interesting. So again, I'm in your hands here. Do you think there was anyone?
No, I don't think so. I know Bilbo lost a lot of stats, but that was because of my incredibly good black dart rolling. So he was
being black darted in the face quite a lot.
Pretty hard. So I don't think there's any Fall of a Took.
I must admit, I agree with that. I don't think anyone particularly failed me. The poor dogs were kind of pulled out of control, but if the dogs don't, maybe Sam for failing that crucial courage test, but. I feel bad putting it on a dog, and the dogs don't regain stuff anyway. So we're gonna say no.
Yeah, we're gonna say no.
In which case, everyone else is a fellow adventurer. All other members of your fellowship may regain D3 might, will, or fate wounds of the controlling player's choice. If the hero survived the previous battle, they can re-roll it, but the second result will stand. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's build up to that. Actually, I don't need to roll for Gaffer and Balin
because they only
used one.
Yeah.
So Gaffer will get his will point back. Balin will get his will point back. But Bilbo is in quite a spot of bother. So he really needs a 5 or a 6 here. He gets a 4.
Personally, I wouldn't re-roll that because you could get a wound back and a might point back.
Yeah, I think you're
or
right.
a will point, and I'd take the might
which
point.
one? Yeah, what do you take? No, they want to see me re-roll it. Go big or go home. Yes! Yes, Bilbo! Yes, Bilbo! So Bilbo gets to regain 3 points of stuff. He's a ring bearer, so it's definitely a wound. It's definitely a might. And I feel like he's always got resistance to magic. What have we got coming up next? Ring race.
Ring race again.
He's always got resistance to magic. The might's useful. I think it's might. But he's going to be black darted again. Whoa. Don't know. Let's go for might. Might's useful. Can help him escape. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is our recovery rolls done
Yeah.
for everything. So with that, we'll go into a post-battle bat rep breakdown. Cool, so there we go. That was shortcuts make long delays. And a victory to good this time.
Indeed.
It's obviously the first victory to good, so 1-1 nominally.
Absolutely.
Although
I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. In the last game, you were using one of my models.
Yeah.
But of course, I think we've got to remember in a campaign, it's more as much about draining my resources.
Indeed, yeah.
And those,
War of attrition.
I mean, those 3 ring race, absolute stars for it.
Absolutely.
How'd you find that went?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, I got lucky with the roll of the century, so to raise the alarm. But I think I'm not a massive ring wraith player, but I think I used the magic in a decent way. So yeah,
I agree. I mean, Black Dart's normally not
a reliable spell.
It's not reliable, but when you've got so little will, I think you are in a campaign as well. When, it's not about match play. You don't have to win the game for tournament points. What you want to do is hammer Bilbo.
Exactly.
And you gave him quite the hammer.
I did.
He's going into the next scenario without any will and with only 2 fate, which is pretty cool. Everyone else, of course, is fully recovered, which is nice. And thankfully, Sam survived. But it's a great little scenario.
It is.
Really enjoyed it.
Definitely.
I suppose we felt I was just thinking about how we changed it. I felt the benefit of having Maggot and the extra dogs when we were fighting, because I had more bodies to charge you.
Yeah.
But normally you'd have Gildor.
Yeah.
You'd normally have Gildor with Immobilise and stuff, and I think the Wraith will always struggle with that one. Yeah. Personally.
Well, yeah, because it's either they take the Immobilise and don't move, or spend their precious will to resist it.
And they got a fight 6 hero wading into the battle.
Exactly. As well. Gildor's pretty tasty.
Yeah. But it's
cool.
cool.
Also, I'd say that having the numbers, it sort of made it a little bit harder for you because there's more courage rolls.
Yeah, I suppose. It was a good change. Yeah, I agree, and it was obviously one of the dogs.
It was the dogs that set race.
I won't say let me down because I'm very proud of my dogs. If I'm brutally honest, but yeah, it was. It gives you more courage test to move towards the centuries.
Yeah.
I'm really glad the alarm got raised.
Yes,
that's the main thing.
Definitely.
You could definitely play that and kind of just wander off the board if you get lucky with the dice rolls. But it turned into a really interesting game, I think. Really, really cool.
Agreed.
Also, I was really excited. I don't think we talked about this in the pre-game, but the 3 ring race that we were using, I painted up for this game and for the next one, for Buckleberry Ferry. This is Battle Streams of Middle-earth in general in the channel, but and this campaign. It's all about clearing your backlogs. Those 3 models have been sat in my case for about 9 years since I'd painted the other 6, and they just never got those done. And so it was really cool to kind of get those out, get them painted up, and now have them on the table. And it's that kind of, this campaign is, as well as making all this kind of scenery, which is fun, it's helping me kind of clear my backlog, which is really, really cool. So yeah, it was good to see them on the table, and of course they'll be featuring again in our next scenario, which is Buckleberry Ferry. Because we have already looked ahead, and because the good side won this scenario, what will happen in the next one is my fellowship, my intrepid band, will be able to deploy 3 inches further onto the board. So that'll be the advantage I get from
definitely
that,
handy,
which will help as I try and reach the ferry, escaping more ring race. But yeah, other than that, I thought it was great. I thought it was nice to see them all fighting for the first time. I thought it was the first real scenario.
Yeah.
Maggot was good. He was 2-handed. He's
it comes in, if he's got if he keeps the dogs with him, he's quite a handy character to have as a.
And hopefully the dogs hang in there. Yeah, it'd be great to see them atop the walls of Minas Tirith or whatever. Maybe running up Mount Doom, who knows? Carrying the ring in their mouths. But yeah, it's been really good fun, and we're excited to do the next one already. Anything else from you?
No, it was a fun scenario, and it's brilliant.
Cool. Yeah. So. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment down below, let us know what you think. As you can hopefully see, we're trying to put loads of effort into these scenarios, so the more kind of content, the more interaction we get and feedback. It's really, really good. We want to know if you're enjoying them, and let us know. Hit that subscribe button. The link for our Patron account is in the description, so if you fancy going and helping us get the lights and the gear and more models to make this campaign as good as possible, that would be really great. We will see you next time for the Buckleberry Ferry scenario, and until then, I still don't have a sign off. We'll see you next time on Battle Streams in Middle-earth. Take care, guys.
I think we lost them. For now, at least.
It looks like we're going to have to stay off the road to reach the ferry. I know a shortcut through the woods.
Shortcuts may long delays. The country's rough round here, and if you're worried about black riders, I can't see that it's any worse meeting them on the road than in a wood or in a field.
It's less easy to find people in the woods and fields, and if you're supposed to be on the road, then there's some chance you'll be looked for on the road, not off it.
Personally, I'd rather follow Maggot into every bog and ditch between here and Bree than meet another one of those riders.
Then if we're going to toil through bog and briar, let's go now.
Right. Buckleberry Ferry. Follow me.
What's that?
Gandalf! I was seeking you.
Radagast? What do you want with me? It must be pressing. You were never a traveller, unless driven by great need.
Then be assured that I am in great need. I have an urgent errand. My news is evil. The Nine are abroad again. They have crossed the river secretly and are moving westward. They have taken the guise of riders in black. The enemy must have some great need or purpose, but what it is that makes him look to these distant and desolate parts, I cannot guess.
What do you mean?
I have been told that wherever they go, the riders ask for news of a land called Shire.
Who told you? And who sent you?
Saruman the White, and he told me to say if you feel the need, he will help, but you must seek his aid at Orthanc at once, or it will be too late.
That is good news. Saruman is wise in ancient lore, and I have news for him too. But I cannot go. I must reach Ecthelion in Gondor and warn him of the return of Sauron. He has no idea.
If you wish, I could ride for Gondor.
No. I also seek a young captain of Gondor, whom only I would recognize. He has a part to play in the war to come.
Then let me carry your news to Saruman.
So be it. Radagast, the One Ring has been found, and it lies in the hands of a hobbit of the Shire. He is setting out for Rivendell. Lord Elrond has called a council, and from there we can form our plans. That's why I must reach Ecthelion soon. Gondor must be heard at the council.
These are dark tidings, Gandalf. Far darker than I feared. I will go to Saruman, but I must go now, for the days are running short, and I will hardly reach him before the Nine discover the land they seek.
Then waste no more time in idle chat. Send out messages to all the beasts and birds that are your friends. Tell them to bring news of anything that bears on this matter to Saruman and Radagast at Orthanc, and to Gandalf and Ecthelion at Minas Tirith.
I will do that. Farewell, Gandalf.
Farewell, Radagast. 300 lives of men I have walked this earth, and now I have no time.